Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, in this video I'll ask you a rather very important question, which I think is very relevant for anyone, any age group, especially you who's watching. Okay, the question is, how do you know if since the last 5 years or 10 years you have improved, gotten better, or stagnated, or gotten worse, and should you be worried about it? Okay, it's a very important self-evaluation that I normally indulge with my clients, and I'll tell you why in this video. Okay, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist who helps people get well-paying jobs in the Middle East, especially UAE, Dubai, and people also want jobs, from Middle East to Canada, Australia, Europe, and US. People also book my services for coaching, consulting, both for personal and professional problems. Details are put down below. Now, for example, if I were to ask you physically, are you better off? Okay, have you improved? We can test it. Let's say when you were young, you could do 10 push-ups. Now can you do 10 push-ups? If you can do 10, the conclusion is, yeah, neither improved nor gotten worse, same. But if I tell you to do 10 and you do 20, there's improvement. Okay. But if I ask you to do 10, you could do 10 before and now you do 3 and you're huffing and puffing, you become worse. That is one. The second one is, let's say, we should check the context. Am I evaluating you when you're 20 versus 30, or 20 versus 40, or 20 versus when you're 70? So obviously that's not a fair comparison, right? Okay. So we need to keep these factors in mind. So let us, for the sake of this video, let us zero down to 10 years, in the last 10 years. So it's not too overly like when you were a small boy versus now. It's not a fair comparison. So in the last 10 years, have you improved, become worse, gotten better, or the same? And what are the dangers? So the first one, if I evaluate me, let me give you my example. I'm 46 right now. At the age of 36, I was able to run like marathon running, half marathon, 21 kilometers every alternate day, slow run. I had a professional coach. I could do swimming, cycling, triathlon. I could do 1 hour circuit training in the gym, physically. Okay. Today, I just walk for 1 hour, I get exhausted. I cannot lift weights, not lifted weights at all. Swimming though, I can float, but I can't survive. I'm pretty sure more than 30 seconds to a minute. Cycling, I don't have a cycle. Gym though, I'm lifting baby weights. Like if you send a girl and me, same weights. Maybe a little bit more than a girl, okay. So physically, I know I have strength. It's bad. But now if you evaluate health-wise, before I was borderline diabetic, borderline blood pressure, cholesterol was way too high. Today, no diabetes, no blood pressure, no cholesterol, it's not high. But weakness is there because of low red blood count. So you could say, if I evaluate physically, I'm not Strength-wise, not very attractive, strong, muscular, whatever. But quality of health is better than before. Okay, quality of health is better. So that is physically. So now you can evaluate yourself physically and check. And I'll tell you later on why you need to evaluate this. Then finance. Finance, though, I can tell you, before whatever I was earning, I was blowing it off. I didn't even have a bank account with $1,000 because every single day I was blowing off money. Today, I have enough money for 2 years. If I choose not to work, 2 years. I can manage not luxurious living, happy, me, my wife and kid. But obviously I'm not going to do that. So savings are there. Clientele, much more than before. Rates wise, much more I charge than before. So financially, I would say, if I were to give it a number, I would say 1 versus 6 or 7, because 10 is perfection, so 6 or 7. Okay, say 6. Health wise, if I give, before it was like 5 strength, or say 7 strength. Now the strength is 2 or 1. Health wise, before it was 4, now it's jumped to 7. Okay. So then emotionally before, every day new girl, every day chatting with 10 different girls, cyber sex, physical sex, this, that. Today sex is non-existent for me. Before, new relationships, fun, pleasure. Today, no pleasure, but joy, peace, happiness, things you cannot measure. So quality of life, in terms of relationships, I would say before it was like 2 or 3, because it was superficial. On social media, I'd show it as 7 or 8 or tell people 7 or 8. But today, it looks like I'm at 2 or 1, but I'm actually at 7 or 8. 10 is perfection, so imagine 7 or 8. Like that, if you break down physical, mental, emotional, I don't know, if you're spiritual, whatever, you'll get a fair assessment of where you stand. Now, why is this important? Now comes the critical question, why is this important? We have this tendency to take things for granted. Whether it is getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, having a shower, having breakfast, going to work, completing work, coming back. We are just like a robot. We do our routine tasks without thinking. But if, on the other hand, you had something to compete against, something to fight for, something where you are competing against someone for a championship. See, being a competitor, I was into public speaking, I was into marathon running, cycling, swimming, triathlon. So always was competitive. Even bodybuilding, even though I used to do it as a hobby, used to sit and, you'd come to the gym and obviously gym bros and egos, and so you try to compete. Okay, he did 80 kilos, I'll try to do more. Or he did 11 reps, I'll do 13. It is very important to be competitive. People generally have a laid back competitive behavior or mindset. I want to get the next promotion, the next salary. But the effort, the focus, it's not to the level of obsession. It is like, I can do it. If I can do it, I get it. If I'm lucky, chuma. But only a sense of urgency comes when you're terminated. Then obviously, and if you're terminated for a long duration, then when it eats into your savings and there's no hope in sight, then you might wake up. So why is this important is, you can keep taking a laid back attitude, but only to a certain stage of your life, after which you cannot. Because remember, we all are the children of Father Time. We all of us, there will come a time where you can't do it. For those people who tell me, no, Loy, number is just a limitation, it's just a mindset. Fine, when you're 60, can you compete in the Olympics? Can you take part in a powerlifting championship and compete with guys who lift 5 times, 6 times their own weight? Can you, at the age of, I'm not talking, don't give me example, David Goggins and you. Can you right now, okay, reach the level of a CEO? Oh, I can if I want to, just show it, no? See, talking is like physically. People say, yeah, I'm fit. Show me. Then people say, oh, my interview skills are good enough, Loy. I don't need training there. I make them go through a test. Oh, my resume is good. Oh, okay, fine. My profile good. Show me how many job offers you'll get within a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. See, when you really put yourself out there, no, you realize who you are. For me, as a freelancer, as an online consultant, as a person who makes his living online, every single day, I have to compete with myself, every single day. And it's very explicit. How many customers I got today? How many inquiries I got today? How many views did I get for my videos? The numbers, they don't lie. They're a constant reminder. So if I feel not sure where do I stand, I just have to compare the numbers. See, when you have a job as an employee, you get a salary every month. You don't know if you're improving, not improving, getting worse, getting bad, getting better. How many, in 1 year, how many job offers did they give you with a written contract and say, come join now? Unless you are a outlier, not going to happen. Majority of us, let's face it, majority of us are lazy in some way or another. So I want you to ask yourself this question. When I take a gap of 10 years, have I improved? Okay, salary-wise you have improved, fine. Salary-wise, but for how long? Last 5 years, same salary? Inflation, it has grown every year. Expenses, every year. Purchasing power decreased every year. So, my only agenda or request to you through this video is, if you have reached the stage of your life where you know for a fact, I don't want to improve, I don't want to get paid more, happy with my life, happy to be in my comfort zone, seriously, I don't want to grow anymore. And there are people like that, huh? Trust me. I have met, there are housewives, there are people who run a business, they just wanted to go normal. Good on you, good for you. That's, seriously, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you still feel deep down, no, I need to achieve a little bit higher, 10%, 20%, 30%, just want to have X amount in my bank, $100,000, just that, house, property, whatever, or lose this 10 kilos and maintain it, then get out of your comfort zone. Make it your obsession and you'll respect yourself even more. Don't just have it as a wish, just a casual wish, and do nothing about it. Take it from me, if you really push yourself, surround yourself with competitive minds, with people who want to help you grow, not only you will be happy, your spouse will try to emulate you. Like my wife, now she's doing intermittent fasting. I never told her. And she every day checks her weight, every day wants to lose her weight. They follow you. My baby, she's emulating the mother. I bought sugar squirrels. My wife puts her socks in her hand so they don't bite. And my baby, without telling, she also now puts a sock. She puts my sock on her hand. And she sits next to my wife. And she is trying to emulate my wife. I never told her anything. So your loved ones will copy you. I used to read a book. My wife started reading with the habit she never had. Now my baby also reads. remember, you will influence people around you. And that is a joy of taking leadership positions in your personal and professional life. People will respect you. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You agree, disagree? And as usual, I love to read your questions and comments. Guys, take care. Ciao.